Welcome back to Let's Make a Game, a channel about making computer role-playing games using the free program Twine and the Sugarcube format for Twine. In this video, I'm going to continue the process of playtesting my adaptation of Mini Rogue. If you tuned into the previous playtesting video, you'll know that I found several problems. I've fixed those problems. I've also fixed some other things that I noticed on the way. So I'm going to play, probably not an entire game, but I'm going to play through this a bit. And if we come to any errors, I'll note them. As we go, I'll talk about my plans for expanding this game beyond the rules as written. In other words, I'll be starting a new, once I've made sure that I've got rid of all of the errors, I'm going to be starting a new version of the program, and so I'll keep the version that's just a straight conversion of the rules, and then I'll have another program which is the conversion of the rules plus my my additions. So here we are at the beginning of the screen. You'll notice that I've gotten rid of the printed title, which is normally there, and put in my own little logo. Other than that, everything looks like it has done before. And we have to choose difficulty, and here is the normal card spread. What I would like to do with this game is make it more of a role-playing game, and what that means to me is having more story, which means having more things that can happen, but it also means having more long-term effects from decisions. At the moment, you're basically going from card to card, and each card is affecting these resources in some way. But I would like to also have results which cause plot points, like, for example, becoming wanted, having the opportunity to do crimes. A lot of science fiction stories seem to be about criminals, like Firefly. Star Wars is partly about that. Han Solo is sort of obviously a criminal before he gets involved with the main characters. I suppose the main characters are criminals in a sense, but I'm talking about sort of ordinary criminals rather than kind of rebels. The tabletop role-playing game Traveller often seems to be about sort of sold individual kind of merchants, semi-criminals, depending on the campaign. But all of that involves having stats for the character, because most of the sort of plot ideas need to happen on a planet. And the way that I've converted this, everything's about the spaceship. You've got force shields, you've got a hull, you've got fuel, and those are all characteristics of your ship. So I need, at the very least, I would need to have hit points for the player character themselves, as well as the hull points. So I would probably have the option to maybe regain some hit points on a peaceful planet by sort of resting, and also an opportunity to maybe buy some healing on a commercial planet, and also an opportunity to lose hit points for stuff to happen. So, for example, in these ruins, as well as finding things, it seems like there should be sort of dangers to the individual character as well. It's difficult to see. In this display, it looks okay, but on my other computer, the screen is a lot smaller and it's a lot more crowded. So I don't know that there's a lot of more room for a character sheet. I think I'd probably have to do it as hover text on this picture, probably. Anything I want to add, because although in this particular screen it looks fine, but on the other it's starting to get a bit cramped. But anyway, let's continue through this, because we are meant to be looking for errors. Let's see what we can see. There was a problem with this where if you made the skill check, especially, the text wasn't always matching what was happening. The correct things were happening as per the rules, but it was giving you the wrong message. So it might tell you that you find credits when it should be telling you that you found hull, for example. But that seems to be fixed. I've also added individual messages for the different resources. It used to just say you find technology in the ruins, which increases your hull credits, force shields, or whatever. But I've put individual messages. So you find plates in the ruins, which you can weld onto your ship, and that's +2 hull. So that seems to be working now, or at least that particular one was working. I've also talked about making the skill checks, making the curve of the skill checks a bit different. You start with a 1 in 6 chance, and then it goes to 2 in 6, 3 in 6, and 4 in 6. I feel like I'd like to end at 4 in 6, but maybe start a little bit higher. So it starts a bit higher and sort of goes up a bit more gradually, because 1 in 6 is a very low chance, obviously. But anyway, let's go for the Space Pirates, and the reason for that is because the most complex system is the combat, so I want to see whether that's working properly. Sorry, there's ongoing problems with the clicking. Okay, so we've got Space Pirates, hull points 3, damage 2, reward 1 experience. I think I'll leave that. That's enough. We've destroyed them. We get 1 experience. That seems to have gone on. So that all seems right. How did I get that extra fuel though? I'm not. Anyway, sorry. I'll have to look at the video again, because I had the idea that you started with 5 out of 6 fuel on this level, but maybe I'm wrong. This quarantined planet, I would like to have a bit more choices. At the moment, it's really just rolling on a table. I'd like a bit more sort of choose your adventure style choices, so that you can basically, that maybe there should be reasons for going to the quarantined planet, like perhaps there's a sort of criminal base there or something, and you're hired to deliver something to them, stuff like that. Perhaps you're hired to map those warps in space that sometimes you can see. All right, let's go to the commercial planet, I guess. I guess I'll buy that. The commercial planet is I think another place where I'd like to have, actually probably the commercial planet and the peaceful planet in particular, because a lot of science fiction seems to involve kind of meeting scuzzy contacts in a spaceport bar, I suppose. And that seems like the sort of thing that would happen in the commercial planet. Gambling, getting into trouble with criminals and stuff like that. And then the peaceful planet, meeting sort of more primitive people, or beasts being hired to perhaps to bring back a specimen of a particular beast or something like that. I suppose that could be a way to reason to go to a quarantine planet as well. Perhaps there will be a sort of a law level, like a wanted level, what are your relations with the law? If you defeat space pirates, maybe that'll help your relation with the law, and if you commit crimes, obviously that would hurt, and then that might lead to you being unable to enter a commercial planet. If you're wanted, you might sort of get barred from entry because you've got a sort of bad reputation, something like that. Anyway, let's keep going. Okay, so I found a decoy flare, which is nice. Let's go to this one. All right, so I'll choose the drone, even though that doesn't make a lot of sense. Just because, again, I want to test to make sure the combat's working properly. So, 8 hit points, 2 damage, we get 2 experience. My attack is 6, which is nice because it's a crit. I rolled a 1, cancelling my crit, so that's not very good. Will I spend hold to re-roll that? Yes, I will. Re-rolled into a 1. Okay, not my day. Okay, so I'm not sure why the hull points didn't go down then, but let's fire a decoy flare so we get another. Okay, this time we got another crit. Well, it's okay. So that is not right. It shouldn't say 4. It should say 4 plus 6 because the critical hit should carry on. So that's something to worry about. And now I've destroyed it. So maybe it was displaying the correct amount, but not. Sorry, maybe it was not displaying the correct amount, but it was counting the correct amount. Anyway, so I'm not sure what's happening now. Obviously, I have to look at that. I might just leave that as is. Ship. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, so again, the crits don't seem to be working very well. So it looks, if I had to guess, I'd say that it's applying the correct number, but it's not displaying the correct number here. So I'll have a look at that next time. All right. So I've discovered a fairly major problem. I might leave it there. I won't go on too much about my plans to add to it because, again, I don't really want to add anything to it until I've made sure that there's no more errors. So I'm going to leave it there, and that's playtesting. I think I said last time that it's an exercise in trying to disappoint yourself because, of course, you always go in expecting that everything's going to work fine, and often usually you find that it doesn't. So that's what's happened today. But that's good because it's better than I know. So I will leave it there. I hope that was useful or interesting to at least some of you, and I hope you will tune in next time.